If you're inspo tanks, and make no mistake, you've come to the right place. Just give Neil the time to straight up blow your mind with a new show of drawing a blank.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having a good weekend. So, in case you missed the last few times I've done this before, sometimes I have my patrons help me out with episodes by asking them to give me drawing prompts. We've done expressions before from little charts like this one, but a while ago I stumbled across another one of these and felt like doing them again. So I had my patrons pick out some expressions of Cloud and Moon characters to go with it. And bless their hearts, sometimes they also gave me a free pick, so I'll be sure to point out if one of these was drawings picked out by them or me. Since I decided to do all the expressions on the chart here this time, I also wanted to make sure I represented each clan equally. So I reordered the expressions off to the side, grouped by clan, so it makes it easier to talk about. Let's get started with River Clan. And what a better way to start River Clan than with the big bad queen bee running the whole operation? Rainstar. I actually had multiple patrons request this one. I will agree that the smug, overconfident expression is really perfect for Rainstar. And Forest Leaf agrees too. Speaking of Rainstar, the next one was a freebie, so I decided to pick Pinekit. He's just a little guy, but he was very upset and very loud about it when Rainstar decided to take the current River Clan nursery and make it her own den. The queens and kids had to sleep in the warriors' den for a few nights while the warriors hastily made them a new den, and Pinekit was not happy about the change at all. His father, Pineclaw, disciplined Pinekit harshly for his outburst, which only made Pinekit more upset, but Blue River did her best to keep him out of trouble and quiet until they could move back into their own den again, which satisfied Pineclaw for the time being, believing that his discipline had worked. Right. Poor little Pinekit. Next up is Falcon Paw, expression picked again by me. I just wanted any excuse to draw this handsome lad. Plus, I haven't had a chance to talk about Falcon Paw yet. He is the teenage heartthrob of the River Clan apprentices. Pretty much everyone has a crush on this handsome Tom, and I wouldn't say he's undeserving of it either. Falcon Paw might be a bit cocky and full of himself, but he is a really caring cat too, and a loyal brother to his littermate, Talon Paw, who is a much more timid and self-conscious cat. Falcon Paw just wants to help his brother be more confident, and he's afraid of Talon Paw thinking that he's going to leave him behind. So Falcon Paw spends most of his time with Talon Paw, much to the dismay of the other River Clan apprentices, who all want Falcon Paw to themselves. And last but not least in River Clan, we've got Moss Paw. This was a really fun expression and totally one I could see Moss Paw making. Moss Paw is a very loud and energetic character, and with all of the fierce competition going on between the River Clan apprentices, teasing and bragging is often heard shouted across the camp. And Moss Paw is a fun-loving little rowdy girl. Maybe Moss Paw took on Falcon Paw's dare and was able to pull it off for once. Next we switch over to ThunderClan characters and start off with Dawnfrost making an expression picked out by my patron GoldenFeather88. This is a good one for Dawn. Dawnfrost is usually pretty stoic, but she can be a bit cocky too, so I like to imagine Dawnfrost is showing off a little here, maybe in front of Spotted Shadow and Wolfthorn, two cats she can be more of herself around. Or maybe she and Thornheart are bragging about their apprentices, Larkpaw and Aspenpaw, to each other. Rowan Storm, on the other hand, is a pure cinnamon roll. This expression fit him well, but it was a little too broad in the original chart, so I pulled it back just a little bit to make it more in line with Rowan Storm's personality. You can probably notice me changing the expression from the chart here and there a little bit. It's usually to help the expressions fit the characters' personalities more, like in this case. I also changed the way the head tilts occasionally, just to give it a little bit more variety. Rowan Storm is a fun-loving and respectable warrior, just like his father Elmstar. I could imagine Rowan Storm laughing at one of his own jokes, or maybe Dawnfrost has said something particularly witty. Rowan Storm does love hearing Dawnfrost jokes. Here's another one I changed a bit, Snowfeather, picked out by Ash. Snowfeather is a little bashful and insecure about her warrior abilities, but she tries her hardest. Normally, she wouldn't look so sheepish at her failures, but if she's with Thornheart, then that helps her take everything in stride. Time for a loud boy. Shrim Pelt is a bit of a pessimistic warrior with an itch to be recognized and heard. It was fun getting his mouth shape just right for this one. Shrim Pelt is also very reactionary, so here he is reacting to something he just saw. Probably some rotten food in the fresh kill pile that he is now obligated to take care of. Gross. Even though he'd complain about having to be the one to take care of it, he would complain even more if someone offered to do it for him. Switching over to WingClan cats now, and first up we've got Spotted Shadow with this absolutely heartbreaking expression. Thanks, Aura. You're gonna make me cry. Warrior cats live pretty brutal lives, so a lot of cats become desensitized to violence, but Spotted Shadow is an empath at heart. Seeing any of her friends or loved ones, or even her clanmates who haven't always been the kindest to her get hurt would emotionally devastate Spotted Shadow. Little Dark Vixen picked out the next expression with Peach Paw. Thank God, something cute again. Cute Peach Paw clears my skin, waters my garden, and gives me that good old boost to serotonin. Even as Peach Paw gets older, she still has that contagious enthusiasm that's hard not to smile at. In this instance, a grasshopper has just jumped onto Peach Paw's nose and taken her by surprise. Next up, Fernface, picked out by Raycora. A very jealous look for a very jealous and hateful lady. Fernface is certainly a character. I know I usually draw her scowling and growling like this, so I feel like I should talk about how she acts most of the time to help balance out her hateful side. Fernface is actually a pretty respectable warrior of WindClan, known for her cunning and ferocity. Fernface is more calculating, and is often seen as the brains between herself and her sibling Volfur. As some additional bonus information about Fernface, she actually came to WindClan with her scarred ears. Both her and Volkit were in bad shape when they were found on WindClan territory, but it seems that Fernkit took the brunt of the hardships that came their way, and she's been a protective sister ever since. Now for her mate, Jagged Stripe, who is neither cunning nor fierce, but a real sweetheart and protective of his very close friends. This expression was picked out by Willow. This sheepish look is really good for Jagged Stripe. Lots of cats think Jagged Stripe is a naive, sweet idiot, and while all of those things might be true, it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt knowing his clanmates think that of him. Back across the lake, it's time to end things off with ShadowClan. Shrewbelly was picked out by Theo. Shrewbelly is the kind of cat to shower those he loves with praise and compliments, so I had to make Shrewbelly being an adorable and supportive mate to Mudtrail. Shrewbelly didn't ever think he was going to find a mate in ShadowClan. Even though he loved raising kits as a nursery den dad, he always wanted to raise his own kits. Now that he and Mudtrail are together, he's the happiest cat in all the clans. Bless his heart. Toby picked out Wildfur with this next expression, and I decided to put it in the context of Wildfur just waking up from having a horrible nightmare. He gets them pretty often, unfortunately. With Wildfur's long fur and teal eyes, waking up disheveled in the middle of the night makes the other ShadowClan warriors in the Warriors' Den a little uncomfortable, so Wildfur tries to sleep when other warriors aren't in the den or in the corner where he disturbs less cats. This next expression is a bit of a doozy to translate in my own style, so I hope you like how I decided to tackle it. It's ISPA, picked out by Sacrificial North, and I can only imagine this expression being used to convey a 1,000-yard stare. So, ISPA tries her hardest to relate to her brother Poolpaw. Really, she tries. But, he's just so scrawny and whiny. And she gets that Poolpaw is disappointed that he got Wildfur as his mentor, but like, suck it up, little bro. She also doesn't see what his problem is with Boulderpaw. Boulderpaw's just kinda way cooler than him. Maybe he's just jealous. That's gotta be it. And since we're talking about Pool Paw, I had to end things off with this dorky little child. This expression fits Pool Paw so well. He's pretty stressed out right now and just a bundle of nerves and teenage angst. Keep holding in there, Pool Paw. Things will get better. Bit of an embarrassing note, but I actually forgot to add his nose marking when I drew this originally and had to go back and fix it afterwards. Even with the ref sheets right in front of me, sometimes things just slip through the cracks. Oh well. Let me know which of these expressions turned out to be your favorites. If you'd like to use the expression chart for your own exercise, link is in the description below. I really enjoyed this one because of how big the expressions were, which meant a lot of extreme emotions. Seeing characters express emotions is a gateway into understanding them and their journeys, so expression work has always been some of my favorite stuff to draw. It's also great for practicing the limits of squash and stretch on faces. Thanks for joining me this week and have a wonderful day! Don't forget to stay inspired.